Thank you, thank you, David. I'm very pleased to have Taylor Locke with us today. I left his bio on my desk, but we reviewed it, and I think I've got it. He's going to talk about his story today, so he'll fill you in. Taylor's from the Memphis area. He went to Northwest Community College, and he's a graduate of Mississippi State University, Health State. Yes, we lost 2 big games yesterday, but still a great school. Taylor has been with Chick-fil-A for 9 years and 2 years with corporate. He is the owner-operator of the Chick-fil-A in the mall here, as well as the food truck. You had delicious food today from there. Just had someone at my table and said yes. Somebody at my table said they never went to Chick-fil-A because the line. And I said, did you know if you have the app, you can order from the one in the mall and they will deliver it to their car?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'm sure you'll tell that. So if you don't want to get in that line over at the other one, which is a fine establishment, then you could consider going to the mall and they will bring it right out to you. Taylor's married to his wife, Jessica. They have an 18-month-old and expecting a second daughter soon. His life is very full. He's a prospective member, so give him the rush. And we're glad to have you. Come on up, Taylor.
Okay. He actually gave me a mic.
Oh, okay, good.
1 second, guys. Yep. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to put this mic on real quick. I forgot about this until now. I'm not used to this pressure.
No pressure.
Hello? Hello? Can y'all hear me? No.
Are the blue lights on?
One is, and then one's blinking. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Hello? Eat more chicken? I got that. I can talk louder.
There we go. How about that?
Just
Hello? Hello?
just project.
Yes, project.
Yes, there you
But
go.
now it's on. Okay,
Yes.
great. Awesome. You know what? I first of all, thank y'all so much for allowing me the opportunity to be here. It's an honor to be here with you today, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed some good Chick-fil-A. Oh, I probably need to stand in front of this. They're gonna see the screen in the back the whole time, and not me. So thank y'all for allowing me the opportunity to be here. I'm very excited, and I'm honored to be here. You know, I was just thinking about it. You know, Tom came before me and, a few minutes ago and said, hey, I like he said to you guys, I forgot the notes. And it really would have been a great time for me to make up anything about my life and just say, let's go with that. I'm just kidding.
I read it.
You read, okay. So I couldn't really get away with that. So when Tom approached me a few weeks ago about this, I thought, well, I could either, today I could either be in the cow dressed up, kind of on the highway, or I could come and speak to you guys. So I chose to speak to you guys. So thanks for letting me hang with y'all. Well, today, again, my name is Taylor Locke. And how do you spell it? It's like the lock on a door, just add the E on the end. And I am the owner operator of the Chick-fil-A inside of Barnes Crossing Mall. And I am blessed, honored, and humbled to be in that position. And I love what I do. I really do. And today, I just wanted to talk to y'all really about my story. Just to introduce myself to you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about our business and what we're doing, and some unique facts about Chick-fil-A that maybe you guys didn't realize or know before. So we're going to jump right in. And so I am 31 years old. I was born, actually a unique story about me. When I was born, I guess a lot of some things were going crazy. They told my dad that I had 1 hour to live. And there were some really big complications with me. There was a hole in my heart, Epstein's anomaly. And also I was blue. I wasn't breathing at all. So I really tried to start off on the right foot. And by the Lord's grace, as you can tell, made it past 1 hour, and thankful for that. And grew up in the Olive Branch area. I know an hour and a half away from here. Big into sports, loving sports. And I have was about into all the sports, basketball, baseball, and football. And never really made it super far with that, but I loved it. Ended up going to college at Northwest Mississippi Community College, the DeSoto campus. Got got a general associate's degree, and then I went to Mississippi State, Hell State. That's right. And spent 2 years there, and I loved it there. So here's what's really funny. I had no idea as a junior what I was going to do for my major. And this sounds bad. Every time I tell this, I'm like, this is kind of embarrassing. And my dad was like, you should do business management. And I said, no, that sounds terrible. I'm not going to do that. And so I did sports management. And it's funny now because I own a business. And so my dad's probably laughing at that. But I did sports management because I always loved sports and grew up loving sports. And that was a great time, and ended up graduating from Mississippi State in May of 2012, and really kind of struggled with what I wanted to do after I graduated. Chick-fil-A had been on my heart and mind for a while, and I ended up deciding to work for an operator in Memphis, Tennessee. His name's Scott Malone. If y'all are familiar with Memphis, it's the Chick-fil-A that's right next to Gibson Donuts and Houston's kind of Poplar Avenue. That's not a busy street at all. I'm just kidding. They need to widen those lanes. And was there for about 4 years working in different various roles. And really, when I joined Chick-fil-A, I thought maybe one day I could become an owner operator. I didn't really know at the time. I can't tell you like, yes, I knew 100%. I felt like the Lord laid it on my heart, but I knew that I love Chick-fil-A's culture. I loved the food that Chick-fil-A had. I ate there all the time. And I love that, you know, it was really about the guest experience. And spent about 4 years working for Scott as in various leadership roles, loved it. And I ended up trying to apply to be an operator at that time for the mall right down the street, Oakport Mall. I don't know if anybody knows Oakport Mall. Some folks are nodding their heads. So literally about 3 miles down the street. And didn't get selected. That was kind of hard, but I was, 22, 23, or excuse me, 26. And that was hard, but they recommended me for the leadership development program. And long story short, the leadership development program is a program where you can, where you're working for Chick-fil-A Inc. And it's a 2 to 2.5 year program where you travel the country with Chick-fil-A, and you open up brand new Chick-fil-A's. And you also run existing restaurants where like the owner may have left. And so ended up applying and went that route, and thankfully was selected for that. And so I spent about 2.5 years in that program, 30 months, and it was an incredible program. And I want to back up one second there and tell you a little bit about right before I joined that program. I had met my wife about a year before. Of course, we weren't married. And thankfully she said yes when I awkwardly asked her out for a date. I was not good. I was not smooth. I needed some coaching. Anyways, I asked her out, and we dated for a year and 2 months, and then got engaged. And then a month later, I found out, hey, I'm going to be traveling the country. So the next 6 months I was away from her. I was in Corpus Christi, Texas, and she was in Memphis, and we were trying to plan a wedding. That's hard. That was not easy. And anyways, we ended up getting married in September of 2016, and then she joined me on the road. And really, that was the next 2 years. Again, just traveled the country. It was an amazing program that I got to be a part of, and I traveled all the way from California to Orlando, Florida, Mississippi, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this program is really designed to help you grow as a leader. It's called a leadership development program. It's for those folks mostly that want to become an owner operator for Chick-fil-A, but yet they're not ready yet. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. And so anyways, and then it's also for people that want to have a corporate job with Chick-fil-A. So there's about 150 people in that program, but it's a very trying time. You're living in hotels, and you have a rental car. And then you have all these crazy things, but you also get to see parts of the country you've never seen before. So it was really amazing. Ended that in December of 2018. And then thankfully, I went back to work for a local Chick-fil-A in the Memphis area, and the Barnes Crossing Mall opportunity came available. And we knew that we wanted to be close to home, which most of our family is in Memphis area. And so we interviewed for this opportunity. By God's grace, we were selected for it. And I am so thankful. So my first day was October 1st of 2019, 18 months ago. I was telling somebody earlier that it feels like 3 years ago because of COVID. And I know everybody can relate to that, but it's only 18 months ago. And about 3 weeks before we had our first child, my wife and I. And so we were trying to really keep things simple during that time. And no, it was kind of a crazy time. And we had just moved to Tupelo too. So kind of 3 big things all within 30 days. And so, and then about 3 months or 5 months later, COVID hits. And so it's been a wild time since we, came here. But you know what? I love being here and I'm so thankful to be here. And it's an honor. And just like Tom mentioned earlier, we do have so our daughter, she's now 18 months old. Her name's Georgia. She gets into everything. So we're trying to put child locks all around the house and all that. And of course, she still gets into other things too. And we have one on the way. We're 32 weeks away. Her name's Aniston, due May 21st. So if y'all think about us, pray for us. We're really excited about her coming, but just thankful to be a dad. Super thankful to be a dad and to have my wife, which she's my better half. I wish she was here today. Y'all would be like, man, she's way more impressive than this guy. But just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about our restaurant as well. So COVID was really hard. COVID, I mean, it was hard on everybody. I'm not going to say, oh, it was just hard on us. It's hard on everybody. You had to wear these things, mask, and it was, we closed down for about 6 weeks right when this happened. And, we are so thankful to be reopened because there's unfortunately a lot of businesses, as we know, that never reopen. And so really what was beneficial for us was really trying to redefine, like Tom said earlier, the curbside game of, hey, the opportunity for growing our curbside business and also our third-party delivery. And so that was a challenge last year of continuing to grow that. But we saw a lot of success in that, and that really helped us through. And then we also did have, as many of you know, the food truck. We had that opportunity, which is so sad to tell y'all today. I'm sure y'all seen the Facebook post. They took it away from us today. I didn't eat enough chicken sandwiches in a month to warrant me keeping it another one. I'm just, you did? Okay. I'm going to call him back right after this meeting. No, just to tell y'all, I don't know if a lot of people know this, Chick-fil-A, incredible company. I'm, again, so blessed to be a part of Chick-fil-A, but they developed this program. It's a sales recovery vehicle. And so they have about 10 or 11 food trucks in the whole US, Chick-fil-A food trucks. And they sent these to malls. Mostly, I'd say about 85–90% of them were malls that were really struggling during COVID. As you can imagine, mall Chick-fil-A's or anything in the mall was probably going to struggle a little bit more just as you had online shopping increasing from COVID, and a lot of people just didn't feel okay about going into the mall last year especially. And so Chick-fil-A recognized that, and they identified us as one of the restaurants that they sent the food truck to. And guys, it was amazing. We were so blessed to have it. We operated it a little bit in Tupelo, but realized that, since there were a couple of Chick-fil-A's already here, going to places like Pontotoc and New Albany, Blue Mountain and Fulton really were blessings to us and really helped us provide some additional sales for our business. And it was frankly a lot of fun. I mean, you're on a mobile truck and you're doing something new. You've never done this before. So we had a great time doing that. But last year was a very challenging year. And thankfully, this year has been a much better start to the year for us. And we're so thankful for that. I wanted to share our restaurant's vision with you guys, just so that y'all will know my heart, but also not only my heart, but our vision for Chick-fil-A. And that's just simply 6 words. That's pursuing excellence while being a lighthouse. And when I'm talking to our new hires in orientation, I'm telling them, hey guys, it's always like, we're always going to make the decision. We're going to go the direction of let's always choose to do the right thing and do it well. And then let's be a blessing to others. So how can we do that? And we're looking for ways to be involved in the community and in different ways. I know, I believe Jason Martin last week that spoke, and we're trying to get involved with him and everything, but we're really trying to see, hey, how can we be a blessing not only to each of our team members, but also to the Tupelo community and those who are in need, because I know there's a lot of folks in need. That's our heart. And I wanted to kind of go back a little bit and also share why did I join Chick-fil-A? I know some people will ask me that, and I also share this in orientation with my new team members. So why I joined Chick-fil-A, and I know I told you I love the food. I love the food. I mean, I eat there all the time. I should, right? I own one. But I love the food, love the atmosphere and everything. But outside of Chick-fil-A, my personal vision in life is, hey, I want to glorify God by being a faithful steward of everything that I've been given. I recognize even the clothes that I have on and my family and my friends, things that I have, I know that I've entrusted and been entrusted by the Lord to have those things. And I just want to be a faithful steward. That is me. That's who Taylor Locke is. And I also want to have a positive influence and impact on others. I feel like the Lord's called me to do that. I want to do that with my life. I love doing that. And here's the thing, that those are actually Chick-fil-A's two main corporate purposes: to glorify God. And they came up with these in 1982. If you go and visit the corporate office, you'll see a big statue in front with a big plaque, and it says these things, and we talk about them all the time. But it's to glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that He's entrusted us to be, and to have a positive influence on all who come into contact with Chick-fil-A. So what I'm saying is, I love being a part of a company that believes the same thing I believe, and that's awesome. And I love what I do every day, and it's such a blessing, and it's such a great opportunity. One last thing about our business, and then I'm going to share with you some quick facts, and then I'm going to open up for questions if anybody has any. So we are open for obviously curbside third-party delivery. We are so the curbside thing is, not a lot of people know about this, but if you want to skip the line, yes, Jamie does an incredible job. I'm not saying don't go there. Go to him as much as possible. But if you're like, hey, I got some shopping to do or anything else, we do curbside outside the mall. And all you have to do is download the free Chick-fil-A app, super easy. I use it, and you get free Chick-fil-A all the time. The more you use it, it works. If you have questions, I'll meet with you afterwards and we'll talk about it. But all you have to do is pull into a curbside spot or right on the curb, and we're going to bring it right out to you. And we don't take tips or anything. So really, I mean, and it's the same price as inside. So, I mean, it's win-win. So just wanted to tell you all that. A few facts about Chick-fil-A that not maybe everybody knows, but the Chick-fil-A has, the name Chick-fil-A has meaning. The A in the name has meaning. I don't know if everybody knows this, but when Truett Cathy, who is the founder of Chick-fil-A, and unfortunately he passed away several years ago, came up with the name, he put the A in capital on the end. And there's a reason for that. He said that, hey, everything we do, from the service, the quality of the food, the whole guest experience, we want to be grade A. We want to be the best. And so that's what the A stands for. Small detail, but it's a reminder to us, like, hey, we have a mission, we have a purpose of trying to always be the best. How much money does it cost to own your own franchise, or the franchise fee? I could ask everybody and probably have some different answers. So it's not $1 million. It's not 10 million. It's not 500,000. It is actually $10,000. That's all, $10,000. It's amazing. Chick-fil-A is incredibly selective on the people that they choose to be owner operators. And I am very blessed to have been selected and gone through that process. I know last year, for some statistical data for you guys, there was about 80,000 plus expressions of interest. First step in the operator application process, 80,000, which is awesome. And they selected about 120 of them. And so it's crazy. So super thankful to be where I'm at. But but it only costs $10,000. It only costs $10,000. So a lot of people think it's a lot more. Truett Cathy, who is the founder of Chick-fil-A. Here's some quick, unique facts about him. By the way, he grew up in the Great Depression, incredibly hard time. I'm so thankful we are not in that time or near that time. I can't even imagine. His mom gave him a verse when he was very young, and he used it as his life verse as he grew throughout his whole life. But Proverbs 22, verse 1, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, and favor is better than silver or gold. And so he would always kind of use that as his decision making of, like, hey, how we're going to operate the business, how I'm going to choose to do things. We're going to do it with integrity, and we're going to do it right. And doesn't mean he or anybody is ever perfect, right? I'm not perfect. but like, hey, our heart is like, we're going to do things the right way, and we're going to have that mindset and use that verse. Let's see. And then another couple of facts about him. He started selling, so Great Depression, right? Super hard time. He started selling Coca-Cola, glass Coca-Colas when he was 8 years old. 8 years old, people, isn't that crazy? And he would buy a 6-pack of Coca-Cola for $0.25. And then he would go sell it for 5 cents each. So he would make a 5-cent profit, basically, from selling those. And so 8 years old, I mean, I was not thinking about that at 8 years old, I'll tell you that. And he was just trying to help his family. And a neighbor across the street said, hey, I bet you're going to sell them more if they were on ice, if they were actually cold. So then he took that to heart, and he started using his mother's ice box, which I've never used and can't say that I can speak confidently on what I'm thankful for my refrigerator to get ice. But he would chip away ice every day and put those Cokes on ice. And so when he'd go around, he started selling more. And so 8 years old, very young entrepreneur, so incredible. And one last interesting fact about him, he actually taught Sunday school for 13-year-old boys for 50 years, 50 years, CEO and owner of Chick-fil-A. And he was busy. And this is what I say in orientation with my new hires. Hey, if he had time to do it, I know I can have time to invest in others. And so I love that he was all about that. Let's see. I'll do 2 more facts, and then I'll open it up for questions in case y'all have. So Chick-fil-A, we have been averaging about opening 100 plus Chick-fil-A's a year. That's kind of the goal. I think they're trying to increase that, but it's crazy. So 100. So a ton of growth in Texas and California, and also in Florida and in the Northeast. But it's also spread out. And then I don't know if everybody knows this, but at a new Chick-fil-A, if you're one of the first 100 people, then you get Chick-fil-A for a whole year. Yeah, I heard some wows on that. I should have probably started with that. Okay, let me take notes on this real quick. I'm just kidding. So first 100 giveaway. So if y'all see one come up, or I do believe, I don't have any super inside information, but I do believe Tupelo will get one day, another one, because Thompson Square is so busy. But first 100, so be a part of that first 100. It's worth it. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to first of all say thank y'all for letting me be here. I know kind of shared a little bit about my life and my story, my journey in Chick-fil-A, also a little bit about our business, and some random Chick-fil-A facts. Hopefully you guys learned maybe 1 or 2 things and thought that was cool. But if you guys have any questions for me, I'd love to. Yes, sir.
Why are Chick-fil-A crew members or team members more courteous than most other families?
Well, first of all, thank you for what you said. I know that I can speak for my business. We are very selective in our process of who we hire. We've had, since I've come along, we hire about 4 to 5% of the people that actually apply. And so we try to be ultra selective, ask about their past history and everything about working and things like that. But also, other than that, we are training. So we have about 3 intentional days with them. They'll start out. So first of all, they'll have about a 2-hour orientation with me. I'll be leading that and sharing our vision and our heart about what we do. And then they'll do some online training at home for a little bit. And then they'll have 3 days in the restaurant where they're with somebody. And of course, they're not learning everything in the restaurant, but they are learning their specific area. And we try to be intentional with that. And so I think that helps a lot. And then also from a leadership perspective and really development of leaders, we try to focus on, hey, let's make sure we're coaching our team. So if we see opportunities, are we addressing those opportunities? And then are we, documenting them? Are we not for the sake of, let me get rid of this person or that, but for the sake of, are we trying to be a lighthouse to the team member and help them develop and grow? So I would say at least from our approach, that we're trying to really get people that want to be there and that want to create that great guest experience. So thank you for the question. Yes, sir.
Are most of your employees students or people about tuition?
Yes, sir. So I would say about honestly, about 60 to 70% are students at my location. I'm not sure about Jamie's, what his percentage is, but Chick-fil-A, I'm not sure. I think it was 1979, around there, that Truett Cathy started the scholarship fund with Chick-fil-A and has since given away millions. I don't remember off the top of my head the exact number, but every year Chick-fil-A has scholarship opportunities. So what we have, they can apply for the scholarships. Anybody can apply for the scholarships by like December, and they get rewarded in April. And so what Chick-fil-A has the main leadership scholarship, and that is, it used to be $1,000 and you could get it one time. Now it is $2,500 and you can get it 4 times in a row, 4 years in a row. Of course, you got to reapply and everything. So up to $10,000. There's also another scholarship that they had. It's a True Inspiration Scholarship. And that is, there are 12 in the whole US. So really 2 per 6 regions. So our region is a part of Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. But that scholarship is worth $25,000. So if you get that, I mean, that's a really big. So that's a big attractor for talent as well, I would say. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I know it's deceased, but do you think the culture will stay the same? You'll always stay closed on Sunday, all those things that will report to him?
Yeah, that I've been asked that before. That's a great question. I 100% believe that. I really do. And unfortunately, I never got to meet Truett Cathy. I got to sit in his desk and he wasn't there that day. So kind of counts, like halfway point for me. But you know, the leadership, Dan Cathy, his son, and Bubba Cathy, also his son, and you know, folks like Tim Tosopoulos and the other executive leaders. I mean, it is clearly following in the footsteps of Truett Cathy. We will not open on Sundays. I cannot see that. And I'm so thankful for that. Multiple reasons. And just really, we're trying to focus on, hey, how can we be a great company, and a great company is a caring company. So we're continuing to try to go down that same road. So to answer your question, I don't see it changing at all. Thank you. Are there? Yes, sir.
Even if you have the money to acquire a franchise, don't you have to work at Chick-fil-A for a number of years?
That's a great question. So no, there's not a certain amount of years, to my knowledge, that they're checking off. You know, I've met multiple operators that came from the Air Force or military. You know, they were in the Navy, and they may have worked there for a few months at Chick-fil-A. I would, to anybody that was interested, and by the way, if anybody is interested, my business card's on the table, and also a free meal and a free dessert for you guys. Y'all can use anywhere. Come to the mall. Okay. Awesome. You didn't get that? Okay. Well, where did those go? Hey, I got you guys.
Check their wallets.
Yeah, check their wallets. To get. I'm sorry, I kind of got chased a rabbit hole there, but no, I would recommend having a few months experience there just to kind of understand a little bit how it operates. But there's no requirement to my knowledge that you have to work a certain amount of years. So
Brine your chicken.
I'm sorry.
Do they brine the chicken?
Brine the chicken. You know, this is going to humble me right now. Can somebody tell me what brine means? Soaked in the salt. Okay. I'm going to have several takeaways for me in this meeting. So that's one of them. So no, sir. It does come, chicken comes frozen, and, you know, we have our own thawing process, have our own cabinets for that. And we fillet our own chicken. We bread it in-house, and it's very fresh. We monitor, you know, certain holding points and holding times and things like that, quality. But we don't necessarily, as far as I know, and I know they have the secret recipe locked up at corporate. I don't even know the secret recipe. I know how we cook them in the restaurant, but yes, sir. So, Brian, I learned something new today. I love to learn new things. So thank you for that. I didn't tell you all about that about me, but now you know. So, are there any other questions at this point? Yes, sir.
If your employees with you while you were flowing?
They did. They did. Yes, sir. Well, except one of them, which it was a college thing. She was going to college in Alabama and they decided to close for the semester. So she went back home and believe in Virginia. So, you know, we lost her. We did. We decided we paid our employees for the first couple of weeks we were closed, and then realized due to unemployment opportunities and different opportunities that were out there that, you know, we provided that information for all of them. And so they made it just fine through all that. And so thankfully for that, I'm super thankful because that was a really hard time, and figuring out how are we going to take care of our team was very top of my mind. And, you know, it was hard to maneuver. And I'm sure that was hard for everybody. But yes, sir, they all stayed except that one.
Taylor?
Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Tom.
Fact first, little known, Jamie Finley from Marin, Mississippi.
Yes.
Marin North. I
Yes.
call it Marin.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome.
Yes, good place. Do you still have that great lemonade ice cream dessert thing?
So to clear all the air, we do. So, hey, and guess what?
It's amazing.
So that's one of the cards. So on these cards right here, and I'm gonna, don't leave. I got you guys. Okay. All right. Well, I've got everybody over there. So everybody has a Chick-fil-A pin, or if you don't, come see me. And this is called a digital offer card, but you can either get a small frosted lemonade or a small frosted coffee or a milkshake. So it's your call. And you also have a free meal one as well. And you can either choose a sandwich or nugget meal. And that's all on your table, including my business card. So if you did not get one of those, please let me know and I'll definitely get you covered. But next question. Yes, ma'am.
We have a question online in the chat.
Oh, great.
This is from Jeff Mitchell. How many hours a week can employee practice, and how will the $15 an hour affect your operations?
Great question. So as far as average, I mean, we have a wide variety of ranges. Really, our leaders, that they are usually around 35 to 40. Our couple top leaders, they might be 40 to 45. Just depends on the week and everything. I would say most of our folks average between 20 and 25 hours a week. So that, as far as that goes, and as far as the $15 an hour increase, so that is a wonderful question. That is going to definitely challenge us in multiple ways if that fully, when that happens, fully comes through. So I wish I had the exact answer, but I'm going to, I'll see as it goes along. So definitely will have to change things.
We have another one. Henry Dodge has his hand up.
Okay.
Henry, you'll unmute and ask your question. Right in front of you.
Oh, it's blank.
Henry, have you got a question? He can't hear me.
Oh, okay.
Henry Dodge.
How do you?
Ask Henry if he has a
You're
question.
Hey, Henry. I'm on. Oh, okay. You're talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Taylor, just a question, Henry Dodge, just a question about the vision that you use to guide the company. Deal with that just a little bit. Expand on that just somewhat, if you would.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Dodge, yes, I was about to. Mr. Dodge asked, expand on the vision that we have to operate our business that I shared earlier. So I absolutely would love to. So pursuing excellence while being a lighthouse. It comes, as I was thinking about, hey, where do we want to go for our business and what do we want to be known for? Well, I always believe, first of all, I wanted to keep it simple. I started out with 30 words and I was like, I can't even remember this. And then I trimmed it down to 6. So 6 is way better than 30. But pursuing excellence, I was always taught if you're going to do something, you might as well do it the right way. And you might as well do it with excellence. And I believe there's a difference. You can choose not to do the right thing. Or you could choose to do the right thing. And sometimes doing the right thing may take a little bit longer, may cost you. But I believe that is the right thing to do. And when we think about our guests and taking care of our guests and really taking care of each other, every little part of that experience matters. When you get your sandwich, is it cooked just right? Is the bag folded properly so that the steam inside the bag is steaming the sandwich and it's creating this great texture profile for when you bite into it? That matters. Are the fries being cooked at the right time? And are we, because when you bite in that fry, when everybody gets a number one meal, the first thing that they bite into is they grab a fry, right? I do the same thing. And so if they're not properly salted, if they're not hot enough, that makes a big difference. You order and you want it to be a great experience. That's two quick examples, but I really believe in, hey, if we're gonna try to grow, if we're gonna be our best, we've got to do the little things right. And so that pursuing excellence, that's my vision for that. And then while being a lighthouse, the reason I say lighthouse, I know when people think about lighthouse, they actually probably think about lighthouse and this warning people against the ships hitting from the sea, hitting the land. But I think about, I liken it to the scripture that talks about a city that's set on a hill cannot be hidden. And so I want to be that lighthouse, producing light to others and being a blessing to all that we come into contact with. And so we have to ask ourselves the question, how can we do that? And making sure the food and everything and the experience is great is part of that, but also, asking people, hey, how's your day going? Looking to serve others instead of be served. And I think, and when I go over that with an orientation with my team, I try to encourage them, hey, that's just not a Chick-fil-A thing. I encourage you to think about that in your life. And how are you looking to serve others? How are you looking to be a lighthouse to others? Every day we have plenty of opportunities, guys, every day. And we can be a blessing or we can choose to ignore the moment. And so we have a choice. And so that's my inspiration behind that. And that's how I want to live my life. And that's how we are designing or striving to live out our everyday with Chick-fil-A Barnes Crossing Mall.
Taylor, you're blessed with that. You're blessed with that vision that you have. It's clear you have a passion in the delivery that you made, and you will be extraordinarily successful wherever you are and whatever you do, because you've got it. You've got it right. Thank you for being with us today. Sorry I couldn't be there to meet you.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And I got to get some Chick-fil-A to you. Also, did you get my $20 I see? I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I probably took a lot of your time. Any more questions? Okay, thank y'all for listening. Thank you so much.